We're going to show you an interesting coincidence. How do you get the real coconuts, or coconut, which is the most nutrient-rich oil that you can put in your body, full of all these regenerative acids? One of them is called lauric acid. We're in Hawaii here, and these coconuts are abundant here. I'm usually eating about 3, 4, 5 of these a day, and eating the flesh inside, and also drinking the water. But right here, we also have coconut oil because nobody really has the availability to be able to get these coconuts. And you can see these are all large Samoan coconuts. They're a little larger than the normal ones, and they have about maybe sometimes up to 25 ounces of water, but they have this special oil inside them when they get older. So this is oil that I put on my skin every day. I shave with. I eat like 2 or 3 tablespoons of it, and I use certain types of ways to be able to make my skin. So if I was actually doing the gua sha techniques or other techniques, so I'm going to show you the genius part of this coconut. It is like a huge insulated, and that's why the coconut's so special again. It's because this is a special, and remember in World War II, a lot of the veterans needed to get coconut water infused into their veins because there wasn't any blood left. You know, coconut's not only amazing, but it's actually a super essential oil because you really need a lot of coconut oil or different oils to regenerate your body. You need 10 pounds of oil just to regenerate your liver in 2 months. Now, what kind of oil are you going to use? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top off, and this is what I call the insulator, and inside is this nice piece of flesh with water. I'm going to use this as a scoop. Okay, we're almost there. Actually, we're right on top. You can see there's the meat right there. And I'm going to pop this like this a few times. And it pops open the coconut shell. You can see, look at that big piece of meat. So this is an older coconut, and this oil is pressed into here, and this is actually a centrifuge coconut oil, which is way more advanced than what I would use as what's called an expeller press. The expeller press get really hot. The centrifuge is like a washing machine. It spins it around. But this is really super good. This is a meaty part, but if you get these when they're younger. Now I'm going to drink the water inside real quick. This thing's loaded full of water. I'm going to try this one. Jerry lives on the Big Island. And he eats these every day, so he's just used to it.
Boy, sweet, a little bubbly.
Yes, sirree. Yummy. And look at who's here. Here's one of the coconut men right here. This is a guy that climbs up into the trees and gets these coconuts. How many coconuts do these make a year? About in a tree?
100, about, on a good tree, about 100 a year. I harvest them 3 times, 4 times a year, depending on the tree.
Every time I come here, this guy's always got a whole truck full of coconuts in a way, because he actually does a lot of the pruning, and the coconuts are sometimes a disaster when they fall on your car, or just a lot of people don't like them, do they? They want to get them cleaned up?
A lot of people just want them stripped, yeah. The resorts, they don't want to fall on people's heads.
What do you think's special about the coconut?
The water.
The water. Is it true that the coconut grabs the water from the ground and actually goes through the super filtration system, and this is what you get?
Exactly. It's elevated water. The root takes it and elevates it and filters it through the, I don't know what it would get, a coconut, through the fibers, and it filters it up, and then it's the water that feeds the whole coconut.
Okay. And then usually, if you want the mineralized coconuts, right, you get the coconuts that are super young that don't have the meat in.
That's true. The more healthy ones are the less meat, because all the nutrients are in the water before it turns into meat.
Okay. And then this one here is, of course, pretty old here because it's got a big, thick
That's an
meat.
older one. It's probably crunchy, really good for shredded or dried, or if you want to cook with it.
Now, how did it taste? It was sweetie, right?
I didn't taste it.
Oh, you didn't taste it yet? Yeah, that's
probably
right.
Sweet.
Everybody else
I just had one.
I didn't cut it too well, so it's a spiller.
It's a bit older champagne.
It's a different champagne type.
Which is what you get. It's more flat. More flat than sweet. Perfect when you squeeze a lime in.
Oh yeah, you put the lime in
when
the
they
coconut.
get like that, you squeeze a lime. That's where they get 7-Up.
Oh, and you get all the bubbly because
that's why there's more champagne effervescence.
Okay, now just look at the physiology. If you put lime, which is really acid, and you put it in a coconut, which is alkaline, if you put them together and there's actually like vinegar and baking soda, you get this reaction of bubbles. So when you drink these, that's why it's so healthy. These are so alkaline. I notice I drink 2 of these at night, and I wake up in the morning, my urine pH is like 8, the 8.5. I did it without the coconuts. I woke up, my urine pH was about 7. But I did 2 of these right before I went to bed. So these things are like super, super alkaline. Anyways, this is about the coconut, and we'll catch you on another Earth Shift exciting tour.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.